today I am going to be pitching my first idea for a horror game, and what inspired me was actually Dead by Daylight. I'm very late to the party with Dead by Daylight. I have just recently started to get into it and play it, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, not only am I really bad at this game, but I really don't like it. I think the pacing is a little bit too slow for me, and I think asymmetrical multiplayer games have a lot of limitations. So I decided to come up with my very own horror concept, and I think this would be an amazing game, and I want you guys to let me know down in the comments what you think. Alright, this is just a pitch. I'll go into more detail about it in later videos. So this is called Killer Party, and it's kind of like a play on word, like, hey man, you had a killer party, but it's also killer party. So you play as killers from various horror media, just like in Dead by Daylight, but this can span from anything. Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy and the Ink Machine. It can get really crazy, kind of like almost like Fortnite in a way, where the crossovers just go endless, but it is in the horror media, whether it's TV, movie, or video games. The maps have seeds to randomize the layouts, such as entrances, exits, guest queues, and max capacities. And I'll get into that right now. There are 3 phases to this hypothetical game. Phase 1 is the stalk, where the killer watches the party from far away to determine when to strike, and the max time limit is 3 minutes. You can walk around the zone, but if you're detected, you lose points, and the party guests can flee. Phase 2 is the trap phase, where the killer has 2 minutes to trap party guests inside the zone. The more party guests inside, the more points you will receive. And then the final phase is the kill phase, where the killer must eliminate every party guest in the zone. And you have different types of party guests. You have the specials that are zone specific. So, for example, if you were to do like Raccoon City from Resident Evil, you would have the zombies. But besides that, the basic type of variants of the party guests, you have the hosts of the party, and these are the most randomized types of party guests because some hosts have higher security, some of them have weapons collections, or even an entire bunker at the bottom of their house. You just don't know unless you scope out the place really well, and depending on the map. So you just have to be careful because the host might actually fight back with a weapon. Then you have jocks who do fight back, but they use their surroundings, such as like tables, chairs. They might try to punch you. You have drunks who will keep trying to party, so they'll probably just stand there and keep dancing, even if you're going around massacring everybody. They're pretty free. You have nerds who try to find a way out. So, like I said, in the phase 2 of the trapping, you only have 2 minutes to trap everyone in. So if you leave a window unlocked or something unbarricaded, then the nerds are most likely going to be able to figure out that exit point and be able to get out if you don't block everything off correctly. You have cowards who can hide or barricade themselves in the rooms, so you will have to actually break down doors to get to them. Athletes can escape and run quickly, so if the nerds find the exit, then the athletes can actually outrun them to that exit and leave. Snitches run to the phones to try and call the cops. So if you don't cut the phone lines or you don't get rid of communications, snitches can run and do that. If you didn't lock the outside of the zone well enough, then the cops can actually just come in. And of course they have weapons and they can pretty much destroy your character depending on who you're playing as. And then if the zone is still locked pretty well, the SWAT will come in after a while if the cops can't get in, and they will break down everything and try to take you out. So phase 4 is the escape. So once all the party guests are eliminated, the killer must escape to win the maximum points for the round. You can leave early. You don't have to actually eliminate everybody, but you're not going to get as many points. So that's where you kind of have to do that risk reward. Am I going to stay and try to get more eliminations and risk maybe the cops coming? Or am I going to leave early and not get as much points? And that is kind of how the game works. Now you can do it with co-op, where you have somebody else with you, and then it'll be a bigger map with, more guests and stuff like that. Or you can make it competitive, where one person goes and the next person goes. So this is my concept. It's a very basic concept. It's called Killer Party. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I'm going to go over this a little bit more as I flesh out the details I'm not a game designer, but if you know someone who is, or this is interesting to you, please reach out to me. It would be great to try to get something like this going. I think it could be a lot of fun. When it comes to the killers, you have the basic ones like Dracula, Mummy, Werewolf, but then, like I said, you would get Freddy Krueger, maybe a Five Nights at Freddy's character, and they would all have their own loadouts and their own little customizable attacks and stuff, which I think would be really cool, and their health would change as well. I'm thinking mostly of Ghostface, right? He's a very basic kind of killer. So if you're Ghostface and you're going in and you're slashing people up and the cops get in, it's going to be really hard for you to escape that. He's not going to have a lot of health because he's just a human. Whereas if you're something like William Afton, Springtrap, you might be able to ricochet some of those bullets off of your armor and stuff like that. Things like that I'm just thinking about. And you can do different ways to infiltrate. If you are Dracula, you can be, if it's a Halloween party, you can just walk in as Dracula and then just take everyone out. If you're a werewolf, then you could probably just walk into the party, pretend to be a party guest, and then lock everybody inside, turn into a werewolf, and massacre them all. Things like this. So, yeah. I think it would be cool also to have the characters release in sort of like a Smash Bros. Kind of way, like DLC and like little trailers and stuff like that. I think that'd be cool. Anyway, I've gone on too long. See you in the next video.